Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
We're out marking some property corners, so we can clear property lines today. Seems like a good thing to do on kind of a snowy winter day.
Rainy day.
A little bit of rain too. 40 degrees today is supposed to be the high. A little bit of snow on the ground. Morning.
Good morning.
It's 8:30 in the morning. A little bit of rain.
Yep.
Supposed to get pretty warm today, upwards of 40 degrees. It was 23 this morning. Well, the good news is, with them working on bridges this year, they'll start plowing this road for a little while until they're done with the bridge work. That'll be kind of nice. It by no means is enough snow to keep the truck from making it. It just means you gotta pay a little closer attention. And if you're to meet somebody or you had a trailer or any kind of load on, it would be a little more challenging. You have to be a little more careful. Everything is starting to freeze. I know it may be repetitive to watch the same drive every week, but at least this way you can see how things change with the seasons, how the road conditions change and the scenery and the vegetation. We're gonna sneak up on the elusive grouse. Oh, I'm not sure. What do we do? Somebody gotten stuck there and they are picking at the gravel that they can get out of the snow. Here they go. Well, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Dave's already hard at it.
There always froze up.
Was it?
It was good at first, and then it went.
Yeah. A little bit of rain this morning.
Yeah. See this drop.
A minion is in the snow. Today we're going to clear lines on the property lines and get flagging up in places where the monuments are. Filling up the generator and gonna get the four-wheeler started and moved. Go to our little minion. It's been a few days since the dogs have been out here since it snowed. So they're enjoying the time out here today. Come on, Belle. To begin our journey today, we got a little bit of a flat tire, a little bit of air. Yep.
Here comes Adrian. If I can put my boot in the ground. Yeah. There's a solid 8 inches here. You know, and for all of you watching in the lower 48, it's October 14th, and this snow is here until early May. Late April, early May. It will not leave, it will not melt. It's not going away. Okay, so now we're gonna take the four-wheeler and we need to go put a post on one of the property corners so we can line up and sight for the property line. And Dave's out there clearing. Hey everybody, we're putting a flag and a post on the corner of this property. That way we can look across the water and find out where the property line is. We're going to go ahead and clear that out. Nice to know where the property lines are. This is the last one that we're going to be clearing next to. We definitely want to make sure we stay on our side of the property. And the best way to do that is to establish the property line. The state did a really good job of clearing all the lines, but this one's just in a hard spot to get to, and the contractor clearing probably was not willing to get there, and I can understand why. It's frozen now, and we can get out there.
Because there's a lake right here, a little pond, actually.
So I just put a T-post in, and I'll zip tie this to it, and that'll give us a temporary marker.
And you never know what you're going to find.
Right.
Got to watch out for the logs that are hidden in the snow where you don't trip on them. Got to watch your footing at all times. So Tarn's zip tying it to a T-post that he just pounded in.
The corner's right there. It separates the two lots, and then the road right away is listed on there as well.
And as you can hear, Dave is over there just mulching away through the snow. It's not quite frozen enough. The trees still got some sap in them. We cut this one here and it has some sappies to it, so.
Okay. Now we can run down and trim that branch off. And you want to, there's a monument right there.
Uh-huh. Got me to mark it.
See that little tree?
Yeah.
Split tree, little birch?
Yeah, I
kind
see
of
it.
sitting over it.
Uh-huh.
You want to tie a bunch of this on it?
Yep. We don't have the thing.
Adrian's going to put some flagging on a little bush above that monument.
I should have bought my other boots.
They're a hair short for this snow. Is it kind of over it?
See Dave over there making his way over to the other property line. Boop.
Here we are traveling down the trail, which will be the future Rush Road. So this time next year, this will be a nice wide gravel road that everybody can utilize to access their ag parcels.
Taryn's counting out footage where the road will be going, so we know where to stop clearing.
So we basically just pace off the roughly 50 foot of our side of the right-of-way. Not exact, but it gets us close. It's always very important to stay well clear of the mulcher. It throws all kinds of pieces of debris that you do not want to be hit by. And always make contact with the operator before approaching. Okay, we are over next to one of the property lines Dave just punched a trail into. And it's still a little soft, and the trees here are large trees, for us anyways. So if we'll get some sub-zero weather for a week or two and then warm back up, this area will get firm enough we can get out here and get these trees collected. They're just pretty big to be mulching. I just need to pile them up. But the fact trees of this size were growing here will be some pretty nice ground. With these two lakes, it'll have lots of moisture, and on the hot summer days, that's what things need to grow. This is a trail that Dave cleared. It would take hours and hours and hours to do this with a chainsaw. Oh, yeah.
That
was
black
going.
spruce is not my friend.
Poor Dave. Dave and the Black Spruce Saga.
And yeah.
Cleaning ice and snow off the machine is very important in these cold temperatures.
Right position. Oh, it's
I'm
heavy
trying
here.
to-
Can you get under it?
A little bit. Now you're locked
How come there's so much heavy?
because it's.
Well,
It's-
the good news is it's not nasty.
There's no snow in there.
So then it's,
I mean, there's moisture right there from here.
yep. So on this day, the skid steer had developed a problem. It would run along, and then all of a sudden, it would just stop moving. The engine would stay running at an idle, the lights would work, the heater would work, but you could not move the boom up and down, nor would the machine move. And it would throw a series of codes. So we decided when we did get it to move again to take it back to the shop at the farm and open it up and see if we could discover what the problem is. Since this piece of equipment is new to both me and Dave, it took us a little while to troubleshoot this and a little bit of time on the internet. And we did eventually get it figured out. There's a sensor where the attachment hooks up for grade control and leveling, and the wiring to that sensor had gotten damaged and was causing the machine to shut down.
Oh yeah. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. That's gonna be half.
So we put the skid steer inside the shelter logic, where we could take some covers off and inspect the damage. Ultimately determined that we could just roll the wires up and tape them off, and the skid steer would continue to do its job while we look for a replacement part. From what I could read online, this is a fairly common problem to have, and it looks like on the dealer level, they can actually delete this function from the computer. I'm sure it's a great feature to have if you're doing grade and leveling, putting a road in or a foundation. You can make a really nice smooth pad. So we'll get the repair pieces ordered, get them reinstalled. Not really a fault of the equipment, it's just in a really harsh environment right now, mulching, with lots of really hard, sharp, pokey black spruce trees. They tear all kinds of things up. These vinyl-covered foam beams came with the trailer when we bought it, and weren't quite sure what we were going to do with them, so we just set them to the side. Well, believe it or not, they've come in really handy. In this case, we're using one to block the bottom of the door to help keep the heat in. We've used this shelter logic on numerous times, and even now over the winter, the skid steer's staying inside it. And it's a little warmer in there even if it's not heated, and we can put heat to it and warm it up relatively quickly. That makes the equipment start easier and last longer. Well, now it's time to take the tractor out and move some logs. You can see where the skid steer has got in and worked around wherever it could to remove the brush. And now I'm just going in, picking up logs to pull them out so we can stack them up so we can burn them. There are some large trees in here for sure. Okay, we got a bit of snow the last couple weeks. Me and George are going to go through and pick the corn that we did not get to picking. So we'll see what's here. It's pretty much this long end row and then whatever's out in the open. So we'll get it done, let you know what we find. Yes, we really should have picked this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just got busy. But it's kind of interesting to see how the plants held up with some snow. And as expected, they were standing upright, and the ears of corn actually looked really good. So remember, there is always something to be learned. In this case, we learned how the little corn plants would handle the snow. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have any problem harvesting them even with double that amount of snow. And we're just making use of a little bit of daylight left to get this job done. Okay, there's what we got out of that row. A little bit George did in the other part. That's the little guys right there. Well, it's been a very exciting day. Not sure how much video we got of everything. As usual, things don't always go to plan. And that's all right. That's part of the fun. So, shutting the gate on the farm. I'm going to go have dinner. Oh, put you guys down. Ran the grader up the road, which was really nice. Very appreciative. I mean, with a four-wheel drive vehicle and really good tires, there's definitely not enough snow to bother it. I mean, 8 inches is not a big deal. But when you're meeting people, if somebody's out here in a car that does not have real good tires or is not all-wheel drive, it definitely improves that. So again, very, very thankful that they came along and plowed the road. From the crew at the farm, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.